life throws us many twists and curves, and it is all about the journey. So in my particular case, in 2012, I predicted my ex-husband's passing. I actually told him to beware, that I felt like he could die, and he did on July 4th. He came to me that night as I was making phone calls telling people about his transition. And he stood behind me and he said, "A door simply opened and I walked through." What this did for me was give me an awareness of this is the possibility that people who pass in their sleep are dreaming about walking through the tunnel of light. And so 2 years later, in May of 2014, my daughter was sitting on the couch in the living room. We were living in Rosamond, California. And I was standing talking to her at the side of the couch. And I started to get a download. Now, what is a download? If you've never had one, it's quite an experience. You feel this tremendous, almost pressure coming down on the top of your head. You may feel tingly, sort of almost like woozy, not quite drunken, but sort of, where you're sort of wobbling almost, and you feel this incredible pressure. And so I said to my daughter, "I have to go lay down. I can't even stand." So I went to lay down. It was 2:00 in the afternoon. I remember it very well. I fell asleep into this deep sleep that I would consider like a coma. I would call it a black sleep. What is that? It was dreamless until it wasn't. And I started to lift in consciousness into an in-between state. I was really not deeply asleep, but I wasn't quite awake. And in this state, I found myself floating down, and literally floating down the tunnel of light. And I said to myself, "Oh, I wonder if they're taking me to show me what it's like on the other side." And now there were two beings, one on either side of me, but I couldn't see them. I felt them. When I said, "Oh, they're taking me to the other side to show me what it's like," I could tell they telepathically sent me a message that that was not the case, that I would be staying on the other side. I wasn't returning. And I said, "No, I can't go. That would leave my daughter an orphan. She just lost her father 2 years ago. She's not recovered from that. It would destroy her to lose both of her parents at the age of 18. And before I knew it, and not to mention, I also said, "And I'm not done here." I wasn't through living. And I was whooshed out of the tunnel of light so fast, and I woke up. It was quite an experience, a woozy dream. And then shortly thereafter, my daughter moved out of the house. So it was after she left. She had graduated from high school, and I promised her she could go back to Colorado, which she did. And so one morning after her departure, I woke up and I heard in my head, Bodhisattva. And I didn't know what that meant. So I had to look it up. What is a Bodhisattva? Well, a Bodhisattva is someone who is awakened and decides, rather than leaving the planet and having nirvana, they choose to stay behind and help other souls awaken. And I was told that I was a Bodhisattva. And it's interesting to me because I was reading something today about who Bodhisattvas were. Tara is one of them. And she is described as wearing beautiful garments and beautiful jewelry. And it's interesting to me that I find myself here, I'm turning 70 this month, and my guides are encouraging me, compelling me to tell this story. I've kept it under wraps. I've kept it quiet for 10 years. But now in 2024, it's imperative that I share with the world who I am and what I'm here to do. And in this, if you are interested in awakening, if you're interested in moving beyond suffering, misery, and you want to be happy no matter where you are or whom you are with, message me. My email is jenniferelizabethmasters@gmail.com. My website, and you can look up more about me, is jenniferelizabethmasters.com. So if you have any questions, you can send me a message. You can respond to this video, like and subscribe. I would enjoy that very much. And continuing this conversation, you could be a part of my community by signing up for my newsletter. And if you'd like to do that, you can go to my website to do so, jenniferelizabethmasters.com. So many blessings to you wherever you are on your path. Much love.